Johannesburg, informally known as Joburg, or the City of Gold, is the largest city in South Africa, classified as a megacity, and is one of the 50 largest urban areas in the world. It is the provincial capital and largest city of Gauteng, which is the wealthiest province in South Africa. Johannesburg is the seat of the Constitutional Court, the highest court in South Africa. Most of the major South African companies and banks have their head offices in Johannesburg. The city is located in the mineral-rich Witwatersrand range of hills and is the center of large-scale gold and diamond trade. It was one of the host cities of the official tournament of the 2010 FIFA World Cup, and it hosted the final. The city was established in 1886 following the discovery of gold on what had been a farm. Due to the extremely large gold deposit found along the Witwatersrand, within 10 years, the population had grown to 100,000 inhabitants, a separate city from the late 1970s until 1994. Soweto is now part of Johannesburg. Originally an acronym for Southwestern Townships, Soweto originated as a collection of settlements on the outskirts of Johannesburg, populated mostly by native African workers from the gold mining industry. Soweto, although eventually incorporated into Johannesburg, had been separated as a residential area for blacks only, who were not permitted to live in other white-designated suburbs of Johannesburg. Lenasia is predominantly populated by English-speaking South Africans of Indian descent. These areas were designated as non-white areas in accordance with the segregationist policies of the South African government known as apartheid. The metropolis is an alpha global city as listed by the Globalization and World Cities Research Network. In 2019, the population of the city of Johannesburg was 5,635,127, making it the most populous city in South Africa. In the same year, the population of Johannesburg's urban agglomeration was put at 8 million. Land area of the municipal city is large in comparison with those of other major cities, resulting in a moderate population density of 2,364 per square kilometer. Controversy surrounds the origin of the name. There was quite a number of people with the name Johannes who were involved in the early history of the city. Among them is the principal clerk attached to the office of the Surveyor General Hendrik Dirksen, Christian Johannes Joubert, who was a member of the Volksraad and was Republic's chief of mining. Another was Stephanus Johannes Paulus Kruger, president of the South African Republic from 1883 to 1900. Johannes Meyer, the first government official in the area, is another possibility. Precise records for the choice of name were lost. Johannes Rissak and Johannes Joubert were members of a delegation sent to England to obtain mining rights for the area. Joubert had a park in the city named after him, and Rissak has his name for one of the main streets in the city where the historically important albeit dilapidated Rissak Street post office is located. The city hall is also located on Rissak Street. The region surrounding Johannesburg was originally inhabited by San hunter-gatherers who used stone tools. There is evidence that they lived there up to 10 centuries ago. Stone-walled ruins of Sadoshwana towns and villages are scattered around the parts of the former Transvaal in which Johannesburg is situated. By the mid-18th century, the broader region was largely settled by various Sadoshwana communities, whose villages, towns, chiefdoms and kingdoms stretched from the Bechuanaland Protectorate in the west, to present-day Lesotho in the south, to the present-day Pedi areas of the Limpopo province. More specifically, the stone-walled ruins of Sadoshwana towns and villages are scattered around the parts of the former Transvaal province in which Johannesburg is situated. Many Sadoshwana towns and villages in the areas around Johannesburg were destroyed and their people driven away during the wars emanating from Zululand during the late 18th and early 19th centuries, and as a result, an offshoot of the Zulu kingdom, the Ndebele, set up a kingdom to the northwest of Johannesburg around modern-day Rustenburg. The main Witwatersrand gold reef was discovered in June 1884 on the farm Vogelstruisfonte by Jan Gerritser Bandjays that triggered the Witwatersrand gold rush and the founding of Johannesburg in 1886. The discovery of gold rapidly attracted people to the area, making necessary a name and governmental organization for the area. Jan, Johan and Johannes were common male names among the Dutch of that time. Two men involved in surveying the area for the best location of the city, Christian Johannes Joubert and Johan Rissek, are considered the source of the name by some. Johannes Meyer, the first government official in the area, is another possibility. Precise records for the choice of name were lost within 10 years. The city of Johannesburg,